بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
का सेशन हमारा जो है वो आज है, जिसमें आप लोग सारे पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं। और आज की हमारी गेस्ट स्पीकर हैं समर मिनल्ला। मिस समर मिनल्ला को मैं थोड़ा सा उनका इंट्रोडक्शन करवाता चलूँ कि शी इज़ अ ह्यूमन राइट एक्टिविस्ट और डॉक्यूमेंट्री मेकर। बेसिकली जो इनका थीम है काम का वो ये है कि ये कैमरे से सोसाइटी में पॉजिटिव चेंज लाना चाहती हैं, सोशल चेंज को हाईलाइट करके। तो आज के सेशन में हम जानेंगे और पूछेंगे इनसे कि इन्होंने ये काम, इनका क्या, इसका बैक ऑफ द माइंड क्या थीम था और ये काम करते हुए उनको क्या मुश्किलात का सामना करना पड़ा और क्या किस तरीके कितना वो कामयाब हुई इसमें। तो प्लीज,
थैंक यू।
फ्लोर इज योर्स।
She has always been an inspiration for me. She's I admire her for the kind of work she's been doing. So it's a pleasure for me to be here and to share with you the kind of work that I've been doing so far. I'm a documentary geek. That is when I really got interested in the field of filmmaking, because I didn't know that filmmaking could also be a medium of change in a society. So through Ethnomedia, which is a very small registered organization, we try to highlight different social and human rights issues through documentary making. And documentary is usually one of the tools that is used for communication campaigns in our in Ethnomedia. Next, please. And no worthwhile debate exists on such issues. And again, such customs or traditions are a symptom of our patriarchal society that outweighs egalitarian laws. Such customs or traditions are used to perpetuate the status quo, for men to dominate women and powerful over weak. There's a custom which is called Swara in the northwest frontier province of Pakistan. My first documentary was actually around this issue, and that's when I realized that documentary can actually play a very strong and significant role in challenging such customs. Just to briefly tell you what exactly this custom is all about. It's a culturally sanctioned form of violence. Swara, Vanni, Irjai or Sanchati are indigenous means of alternative dispute resolution mechanism, whereby disputes, often murders, are resolved by traditional peacekeeping institutions without having to invest time and money in lengthy judicial processes. The price of this dispute settlement is paid by the women or girls from the family of the aggressor, who enter the house of the bereaved family by way of unceremonious wedlock, to remind the aggressors of the injustice their men bestowed upon the bereaved family. I conducted a research on this particular custom when I was based in the northwest frontier province, and I realized that there was a kind of a silence around this issue, although people were aware of the fact that it was being practiced in the northwest frontier province, yet they were not interested in condemning it or talking about it publicly. So I started making this documentary, for which I traveled to the tribal areas and other settled areas of the northwest frontier province of Pakistan, just to give women or little girls who were actually given in compensation a voice, and then share their voices and concerns with our policymakers and with our society in general. And I decided that that particular documentary, which was made in Pakistan initially, was to be used as a tool to generate dialogue and discussion. This particular documentary was made with the support of GPZ and Aurat Foundation, but a part of its dissemination process was that we started disseminating it in the rural areas, in the settled areas of Northwest Frontier Province, just to generate dialogue around this issue. And again, a part of the dissemination process and advocacy was to address the issue through print media and other forms of media to sensitize the target audience. While the documentary was being disseminated, I filed a public interest litigation in the Supreme Court of Pakistan against this custom, and that was filed in 2003, but because of different civil society organizations and a consortium that we had set up to raise voice against this particular custom, the law was then amended in 2004, and now it is a criminal offense. Whoever gives or takes girls as compensation can be arrested for 3 to 10 years. So that's one of the impact that an electronic media or a documentary can lead to or make. And because of this advocacy, this article came in the news. It was the main editorial page, and it was for the first time that this custom was getting so much media attention, and all of a sudden we realized that this custom was also being practiced in Sindh province, and even I personally didn't know that there was this custom called Sanchati, which was actually taking place in Sindh. So that was an interesting finding. And again, that's part of the advocacy. This is in Mardan and Sawabi. We started working with the religious leaders of that area, with the local police and the local administrators, just to highlight the issue locally. And then we tried to highlight the same messages that were being disseminated through the documentary with the help of truck art. So you can see this picture that was painted by a truck artist, and it actually became very popular, and they would demand another issue of interest is, of course, women and the impact of extremism on their lives. Women's issues are human issues. They are the agenda of the society, and they deserve undiscriminated and unbiased deal. They can neither be ignored nor looked down upon as second-class citizens. So their concern has to be a priority theme. Conflict is a special situation in which violence arrests laws, panic hijacks confidence, and enmity is pumped into conventional human or community bond. This ultimately results in the paralysis of what is generally called walks of national life. In the case of Pakistan, women have been the most affected when it comes to extremism. We've tried to focus on the lives of Pakhtun women when issues like extremism is concerned. Next. And one of the issues that is of much importance right now is that over a period of time, the loss of cultural spaces and activities that were actually limited to women have